Well, good afternoon and welcome to Fishing with CJ. I'm back on the beach and as usual I'm not catching a great deal. Don't ask me why. The bait is good, the tide is on the way out, everything's going right except for the fish ain't playing. I've had one little tingaling so far, one little ling, three-bearded rockling is it, and that's it. So it is cold, the tide is on the way out. I mean, I always used to fish on the flood here, but I'm led to believe fish is well on the ebb, and I've actually had some results on the ebb of late, but today it hasn't happened yet. Having said that, we're hoping for place, and my experience for place, the best time I've got for place is around about now as the sun is just thinking about setting. But anyway, I'm here and I'm giving it my best shot, with some fresh out black lug that I pumped yesterday, and we'll be doing a video on that. Well, I've made the video, I've got to edit it, and it's going to be pumping and placing, I think, or something like that. So we'll cover the pumping last night and then the fishing on the beach. But I was hoping to catch place, but it's not happened yet. It's not happened. So anyway, so here I am and I'm fishing. Only going to be here, I'm not going to fish until it gets dark. As soon as it gets so dark that I have to put a headlight on to pack my gear away, I'll pack my gear away and head home. Enjoy what's left of Sunday. So, anybody on here? Yeah, got 7 on here so far. No comments. Have I got a live chat on? Oh, hello, Saltwater Angler. How you doing, bud? Yeah. And Richard Jarvis, hello, mate. How are you doing? Haven't heard from you for a while. Although you've been posting stuff on my Facebook page. Oh, hello. Strange. Suddenly decided to film out of the back camera, which is full of shingle. Maybe because there's shingle here touching that. Oh, I see, there's shingle in here. Yeah. It is a splendid day. When I came down here, the beach was absolutely shoulder to shoulder with anglers. There was definitely a couple of comps on, I think, because they all packed up and left around about the same time. The people that were fishing up that way, which is to the east of me, were from the Hove deep sea anglers, but again I don't know who was down that way, but they all packed and went at the same time, and there was a gap between the two things, which is what I've slotted into, and I've slotted into at the end of Hove deep sea anglers where they were catching most fish. So the start, well, I've only just started. I am on the beach at Seaford. Valerie, hello my friend, how are you? How are you, Val? Sun is just breaking out underneath the clouds behind me. I've got a time-lapse film on the camera, so I can do a bit of scenic arty stuff on the video. Yeah, no, it's yeah, no, it's good, it's all good. The only thing lacking is any fish. It's only going to be a short one, really, just to say hello to everybody, and to say that there will be a video out, albeit it doesn't show a lot of fish getting caught yet. But it ain't over till the large lady sings. Yeah, so good to catch you as well. Yeah. You don't. Yeah, I tend not to plan my my lives, ironics. I don't tend not to plan my lives. I kind of do them a bit ad hoc. And I wasn't going to do a live today, but because there's not a lot of fish coming in, I thought, well, why not? What the hey? I've worked out a way of holding my camera. Basically, it's stuffed in the shingle. So my phone, rather, my phone is here, is buried in the beach, basically, and it's pointed so you can see me with my big furry hat on. And my rod tips in the background. So if I'm looking at you and you see my rod tips suddenly go, give us a shout, please. So not a lot happening. The wind, it was quite a nasty northerly wind earlier on, but it has died away, which is quite nice. Had a very successful morning. The boat club that I'm a member of, I'm the chairman of, in fact, we had the sort of start of the season get together yard clear up thing. We had a good turnout. We had a snack wagon there run by the urban street chef. So we had bacon sandwiches and egg sandwiches and bacon and egg sandwiches and cups of tea and cups of coffee. Don't do that, bloody Val, I'll have to pack up and go. I said, it ain't over till a fat lady sings, is what I said, and you've just sung. I don't think you're fat, so you don't count. Yeah, don't you go. I don't want any large ladies singing to me, because I'll have to pack up and go home. Although I have got steaks in the fridge, and the steak and chips Sunday night is what we're having. Excuse me a second, I'm just going to get the flask. Oh, back up the beach. Look at that sun going down behind me. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is proper. That is a proper picture, that, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Anybody think I'm in the tropics? Bloody freezing. Got me flask. It is gorgeous, Val. It is gorgeous. It's a lovely, lovely mid-March afternoon. Just another couple of weeks and the clocks spring forward. And then the fun and games begin. The days get longer. And yeah, don't know if you can see, but you can see the wind farm out there. Well, I can see the wind farm. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. But that wind farm is probably about 10 miles away. But they're huge. They're monstrous great bloody wind turbines. You know, looking at it from here, you think, well, that's just over there, a couple of miles away. It's not, it's 10 miles away. And it's actually huge. It spreads all the way down. And in fact, that wind farm looks like it's off the coast here. It's not. It's off the coast of Brighton, which is like 12 miles in that direction. So it's amazing, isn't it? So I don't know, I did do a video out there fishing them, but it wasn't a very successful fishing video. But when you're amongst them, it's bloody monstrous great things. I'm wondering how long it is before a ship runs it. It hasn't happened yet, but it will do, I'm sure. And that's where I don't know if you remember, but it is on my channel if you haven't found it. There's a short. We saw a school of dolphins out there, literally about there, but I don't know, 8 or 9 miles out. Nothing to do with me. Let me have a look.
I don't know what to do.
Well, let's turn it around. It's a place. Oh, it's a place.
I don't know what to do with it.
No,
Do you want?
Believe me, the boxes and the seagulls.
Do they?
Will clean it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it
No,
back
there was a competition down here earlier on, and someone's already thrown it back in.
because
Obviously
it's
didn't
too
make it.
little.
Well, most people catch and release now anyway. Very few people take fish. They just catch them and put them back.
Oh, I
They're
see.
trying to not
Keep the
take
stocks
fish
on.
unnecessarily. That is too small to eat. It's probably not legal to take, actually.
Right, but that's a place like from the fish shop.
Yeah, it's a place. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a soul.
No, it's a place. It's a place. You can tell it's a place because it's got orange spots.
Right.
It's got some knobs there,
Mm.
some lumps there,
Yeah.
some bony lumps. So it's a place.
Okay.
Flounders sometimes have orange spots, but they don't have that. They're smooth.
Right.
And dabs look very similar, but they have a lateral line that does that. Has a semicircular bit in a lateral line. So that's a place.
Right.
It's a little place.
I'll put it back.
Yeah, as I say, nothing goes to
Nothing
waste.
gets
The crows,
wasted.
the seagulls, or the foxes will probably set off.
Good to know. Picked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, chuck it in the sea.
Put it here.
I was going to lob it in the sea if I was you. But there's a seal comes along here as well. That'll probably have it. If you leave it there, a dog will eat it. If you leave it there now, a dog will eat it. Yeah, no, so it's lovely. As I say, this is my home seafront. I used to live literally, I don't know, 200 yards from here. I live at the back of the town now, although I still own the house that's there. And I used to fish here a lot 40 odd years ago. And earlier on, my daughter and my grandkids were down here, but they didn't want to stay long because it's so bloody cold. Which reminds me, I've got to give her a lift home. Yeah, can you all hear me all right? I've moved away from the camera a little bit so you can enjoy the sunset. Lady replaced, nicely dealt with, Chris. You're a true representative of angling. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't tell it to ref off, did I? Yeah, unfortunately, we all try and catch and release, but not all fish go back alive, unfortunately, do they? And whiting, for instance, for sure, it must be 80 or 90% of them don't survive. I don't know. Hello, mate. Empty Angler, how you doing, bud? Yeah, it's a shame because I wish we could put them back. But as I was having a conversation with someone about this the other day, and it's all part of the circle of life. All of these smaller fish that we're putting back are in the food chain, so they're probably they would have got eaten by something anyway. And all we've done is we've kind of interfered in that cycle. We've put them back in, and what would have eaten them still gets to eat them. So yeah, it's not like a lake where there's only a certain number of fish in that lake, and if you're killing fish, you're killing fish, and that's it. They're not replaced. And of course, on the other side of that, you've got trout fisheries where they expect you to take the fish. They put so many in, and they want that so many caught, and they'll keep stocking them back up as they go. So they're keeping them on. They keep a record of us 4 caught this day and 4 caught the next day and 20 caught that day. They'll put 30 fish back in the lake. To maintain that stock of fish and to maintain them healthy as well. I don't know, and I'm kind of it's coming home to me a bit now because I've started doing pike fishing. Actually, in rivers and lakes, that is a finite resource, whereas the sea, well, it's a finite resource in the sea as well, but it is they keep coming through. I don't know what's right or wrong. I do like to eat fish. But I don't take every fish I catch home. I put most back. But if I catch something that looks like it's going to be good for the table, yeah, please, hit the like button. There's 13 of you watching, and only 4 have hit the like button. Yeah, and I've been doing some pike fishing, and there's a few pike fishing videos I've put on there. Not many views. I don't know why that is. I mean, I know that most of the people that come onto this channel are sea anglers, but pike fishing is fun. It is proper fun. There's a pike in my last pike video that took the lure at my feet and made me jump out of my skin. My heart probably sped up then just thinking about it. It was real spectacular stuff. So it was only little, but it was just fun. So if you know anybody who likes a pike video, point them to my channel. I mean, I don't do it for the money. I do get paid a little bit by YouTube, but it's not much, and that's always nice because it helps pay for my time. But it's not commensurate to the hours spent editing movies. I mean, I try and make all my videos about 30 minutes long. Hey JD, all right mate? I try and make my videos about 30 minutes long. So, if I've got 6 hours of footage, I've got to trim that down to 30 minutes. It takes a long time to put that video together. So, some of them took a couple of days of editing. So, yeah, I don't get paid much for doing it. But what I do get paid is I get paid in the thumbs up, the likes and the subscribers. So when my subscribers go up, that kind of makes me want to do it more. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'm sure all of you have, but if you've not, please do. And if you know anybody who would appreciate my channel, please send them my way. And quite often people put things up on Facebook and say, what channel should I be watching? Well, do us a favour, put my name forward, would you? Again, it's a pat on the back. It makes you feel good. It's all about sharing the love. No, never done. Never. I I'll have a look. Never done pike fishing. Yeah, mate. I did a bit many years ago, and I had my biggest one was 21 pound, but it was only because we had access to a private lake that only 3 of us could fish, and it was full of pike that we did it. And then I didn't do it again until about a month ago. And I'm kind of making a commitment to myself that I'm not going to go baiting for them. Valerie, I know you do. You're very, very good to me. Thank you very much, Val. Yeah, I know you do, and thanks for that. And I made a commitment. I'm only going to do lure fishing for them because it's more fun. It's more challenging, and ultimately, my aim is to catch a pike on a fly rod. That's what my aim is. I started out by trying that when I set out to start pike fishing again, and I realised that there was so much I didn't know about pike fishing that I thought I better brush up on this a little bit, find out where the fish lie, find out what time of the day they feed, where they're feeding, find places where it's possible to cast a fly rod. And then what I'm going to do, what I'm intending to do, is at the start of the course season, which is the 16th of June, will be the 17th of June, I'll have a go for pike. And yeah, mate, the bass on the fly, definitely up for that. Definitely, I have had bass on the fly down in Cornwall. I've had a couple on the fly here in Sussex, but that was a while ago, and they were only little schoolies. But again, one of my intentions this year is to fish on the fly for them off my boat. So go up underneath Seaford Head there, or Beachy Head, close in. When the fish are busting on the surface, when the water clarity is good, you've got to get all the ducks in a row to be successful fly fishing. Again, same as pike fishing. You need the right tide, you need the right water clarity, you need the fish busting on the surface, and then I'm going to have a go off my boat. I've set it up so that 2 of us can fish off the boat with the fly, one in the back of the boat, one in the bow, one facing left, one facing right, unless you've got a left-handed angler. And yeah, we're going to go and see if we can't get ourselves a fly. Sorry, because we can get ourselves a bass on the fly. So yes, that's my intention. Good fun, good fun. So you get a bass on the fly. I've had about up to about 4 or 5 pounder on fly, and yeah, it's just you and the fish. There's nothing in between you. There's no weights, no gear, and they, you know, you're hand lining the line in. It's good fun. Not many moons ago, it was about 12 years ago, I went out to Key West in Florida, and I had a tarpon on the fly. That was something. It took me about 45 minutes to land it. It come up and tail walked about 3 times. I didn't have a GoPro in those days. I didn't film it. I've got some stills of the fish, me holding the fish with a great big grin on my face. I mean, the fly that casting looked like one of the cast of the Muppet Show. But boy, yeah, tarpon on the fly, that was something. It was about 24 pound tarpon. So by in the terms of tarpon, it wasn't that big. I mean, a 24 pound pike is a reasonable fish. 24 pound tarpon is a baby. But I don't know if I could have managed one any bigger than that, to be truthful. Yeah. So yeah, fly fishing, definitely. I'm up for that. Talk to me about it in the summer, and we'll plan something like that and do it. I've had mackerel off the beach here on the fly. The problem with fishing on a beach with a fly, yeah. The problem with fishing for on a fly off the beach is that there's too many people about, and they will come and they will stand behind you. And they don't realise that if you're casting out 20 metres, the line is going behind you 20 metres. And they will just, you'll be casting and you're suddenly around as some plonker stood behind going, have you caught anything yet? Well, in a minute I'm going to catch you. So you have got to be careful. You have to come down here kind of like first light really when there's no one around. And you still got to be careful because people will just come and stand behind you. Yeah, that's one of the deficits of fly fishing. What's the wind? The left hand rod is soaring a bit. I think I might bring the baits in. Bob by the water, yeah. I'm definitely up for that. Give us a shout, mate. We can do it. We share boats, or take 2 boats out, or yeah, off a kayak, catapult cast. Yeah, the trouble is, my experience with a catapult cast, you don't get enough range. I mean, catapult cast is quite good for flicking it underneath some trees and stuff like that. But you want to get a bit more distance than that. You might be able to get away with a decent roll cast off here. Yeah, you might get a roll cast going, but yeah, it's not worth the risk. When the mackerel come in on the shore, though, you could probably do catapult cast in, because they're literally at your feet. I mean, what I've done in the past is with a fly rod and with a spinning rod, is you run along the beach after the shoal. So you get one in, break its neck, throw it on the beach, run up the beach, catch up with the shoal again, another one in, break its neck on the beach, run up the beach until you got 10 fish and what have you, and then walk back picking them up, which is fun. I wouldn't take more than that mackerel personally. 10's enough for me. That's 20 fillets. I like mackerel. I do like eating mackerel, but it has to be fresh. There's no point. I mean, you freeze it for bait maybe. Hey Charlotte, how you doing? Right, I'm going to wind one of these rods in and just have a look. So I'll leave it running. We'll see what's happening. Fresh up the bait. Not got much time now, I don't think. Well, nothing on there. I went pumping black lug last night and got a few. So we're using fresh out black lug. So should be. And the bait is perfection. Right, bring that second rod in. Really bait it up. God, look at the sunset over my head like a halo. Look at that. Well, the baits have been robbed on this one. Good news, kind of bad news, because you wonder how long I've been fishing with no bait on. Good news being that there is something down there eating the bait, and this is crab. proper cold now. The sun is going down and the temperature's dropping with it. Jason, I've been trying to ring you all afternoon, mate. I've got a beach buddy or a beach shelter or a bank shelter. It's one of these umbrella shelters with a tarpaulin that goes over the top of it for your rehoming a tackle thing. So if you want it, catch and cook. Oh, a birthday thing. All right, mate. Sorry. Well, anyway, I've got a beach shelter for you for your rehoming tackle. Christoph, I'm only fishing. Literally, I'm fishing till the sun goes down, which probably got about half an hour, and then it will be time to pack up. I'm going to pack up as soon as I have to put a headlight on to tidy things away. The place of the target species, they are a daylight fish generally. They were catching place here. The guy was sitting just there at the top of the tide or on the last bit of the flood was catching them. So I've had one dingaling, one little rockling, that's all I've had. And I've fished here since the tide was here. Literally the waves were breaking at where my feet are, and the tide is down there somewhere now. It's a long way away. So I've been fishing for about 4 or 5 hours really. I've got amazing bait. I've got fresh out black lug, which you can't get fresher. It was pumped last night, but it ain't happening to me. I have been blasting out the baits. I've really been concentrating on my casting tonight. So maybe I'm casting over the fish. So this last rod, this nearest rod, is literally, I don't know, 20 or 30 yards out. So it's this shingle bank goes down and then it levels out into sand. So where I'm fishing now is probably just beyond the edge between the sloping shingle and where the sand goes flat, which is a good. It's cloudy. I've seen it worse than this though, I have to say. We've had a couple of days without a blow or northerly winds, so it does start to settle out. It takes about 7 or 8 days to settle out here, and then 1 day to cloud back up again. I mean, it is cloudy, don't get me wrong, it is cloudy. You're probably 30 feet of water and it's probably darkness down there. But yeah, I have seen it worse. It's not the colour of green milky tea that it sometimes is when it's really been blowing in. Time for another cup of tea. No, I've got grip leads on. I always fish with. I don't like fishing with rolling leads, to be honest. Maybe that's the answer. Whiting soon, I think. Yeah. Well, that might be the time to pack up because I don't want to catch any whiting if I can avoid it. But having said that, whiting have been coming in at all sorts of times. There were 7 guys to the left of me, to the east of me, when I got here. They were from the Hove Deep Sea Anglers. They were fishing a comp. And I think one of the guys told me he'd had 7 species. He had whiting, dab, place, rockling, pouting. Yeah, so he'd had quite a few species. So the whiting were coming in during the day. Ting kings. Yeah. I'd rather be a ting king than a doggy king, Jason. Jason and I went fishing the other night and I'm next to him. He's just catching dogfish after dogfish after dogfish and I'm just catching a sweet Fanny Adams. So there must be something about my pheromones at the moment. It's putting the fish off. Yeah, who let the dogs out? You kept putting them back, mate. I haven't edited the video yet. I don't think it's the most exciting of videos, to be honest, for me. But what the hey. Then this video is going to be even less exciting. But I'm gonna combine this video with the pumping video I did last night. So it's going to be pump in place. But The only thing missing from that is the place. Yeah, pumping worms is another black art that I haven't quite mastered. I did get a few. Mate, we fished Dungeness probably about 6 weeks ago now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Seaford Beach. We fished Dungeness. When did we fish Dungeness, Jason? But we were bringing in dogfish 2 at a time. There was a plague of the bloody things. And in fact, there seemed to be a plague of them everywhere. I was out on a boat in December and I couldn't do anything. Oh, was it the boats? All right. Christophe. There's a woman walking along here and one of my lines is quite low. So in a minute, I'm going to catch a woman, I think. Hello? Hello? That's it, okay. Thank you. It was good eyesight because she was able to see that. Oh, don't tell me the phone's died. What's happening? Right, I think I'm going to have to say good night to you all because I think my battery's dying on my phone and I haven't got... Have I got a... Oh, wow. Hang on. Quickly before it completely dies. Plug the line in, plug the line in. Oh, wrong line. Wrong lead. Wrong type of lead. Got to do a bit of lead transfer. Take the one out of the camera. Oh, there we go. I nearly lost you. Right. Reach that back in the shingle. Oh shit, now what's that?